Last week, we opened up the brand new season of NAMT by crowning two first-time winners for the series, with Brandon Adam taking the first racing victory and Vincent Acker taking freestyle. Racing was full of photo finishes and exciting upsets, even seeing 15th seed Tyler May make it all the way to the semifinals. Meanwhile, in freestyle, we saw 16 competitors take to the floor of MetLife Stadium and tear the house down with some wild freestyle action. This week, we'll be seeing a brand new venue to not just NAMT, but Sim Monsters as a whole. Subaru Park in Chester, Pennsylvania normally plays host to the Philadelphia Union of Major League Soccer, but on this night, monster trucks will take over and compete on this tight track. So buckle up and expect to see more wild action as week 2 of NAMT starts right now.
We are back for week 2 of North American Monster Trucks here in Chester, Pennsylvania at Subaru Park. And joining me this week, unfortunately we can't have Devin in the booth, but the next best thing, Danny Mackey, league owner, is here with me. Danny, how are you doing on this fabulous night?
I'm doing pretty good, Aaron. I'm looking forward to tonight's action. We got a nice small track here. First time we're ever visiting out here in Chester. Should be a good time.
We're going to get right into the racing action. Our first race is pulling into the pit.
Yep, we're going to get to see number 1 qualifier Trevor Michaelesco taking on number 16 seed Tyler Richmond. I would say Tyler's a bit of a surprise qualifying so low in the field this week. Just last week we saw him doing a bit better than that. He was second place in qualifying here just last time out. We'll let you guys take another look at our brackets here going into the first round of racing here in Chester, Pennsylvania. As you can see, we're about to see Trevor and Tyler take to the track. We got some very different qualifying seating from last time out. Jackson Mazzaros and Josh Gajewski around the middle of the field. Brandon Adams still up there near the top. Some new faces this week is Marcus Santana. Jake Earns back again, trying to take that Outlander to the finish. Final round this time out. But we got our trucks in staging up. I think we're just about ready to go, Aaron.
Absolutely. Looks like they're both on the line. Come down the first straightaway into the first turn. Oh man, Tyler Richmond clips the car. He's all out of shape on the first jump already.
Yeah, this is a tight track. These straightaways are just wide enough for these trucks to fit down them, and if you come out of that turn a little wompy, you're going to be looking for a tough time getting over that finish line jump, as Trevor's going to take an easy first round victory there.
Yeah, that's a tough one for Tyler, because right off the bat he clips the car, and if you make one mistake with these tight straightaways, you just can't get it lined back up, especially with the racing lanes, which are barely wide enough for a truck. He got all over that middle jump and just could not make it happen.
Tough break there. 21.2774 for Trevor Michaelesco, the number 1 qualifier. A little bit slower from his qualifying pass. Topped out the field at a 20.999. Only person sub 21 seconds so far at tonight. We'll have to see how that holds up, if anyone else can really improve their times. It's usually how it ends up going on these types of tracks, where you got to keep getting faster and faster. Sometimes you burn out too quick in qualifying. You don't have enough left for the rest of the event. We'll have to see how that plays out for everyone.
Pulling onto the track now, Josh Gajewski in Control Freak. And we got Jackson Mazzaros in Purple Haze, pulling onto the line right now. off the line. It is dead even into the first turn. It looks like they both take a very similar turn, and it is a symmetrical first half of the race.
Yeah, Purple Haze out to an early lead. It's going to be these last 2 turns to decide it here. Coming down that straightaway into the final turn. It's close even still, but it looks like it's going to be Josh Gajewski by just under a tire. We might have to go look at the video for that and make sure. Definitely a very close race in this first round of competition.
And we're going to take a look at the replay on that one.
Very likely that it was Gajewski there, but we just want to confirm that. Yeah, and I would call it less than a tire length, probably even less than half a tire, but it's going to go to Josh Gajewski in Control Freak in that first round race. Just a bit more over the line. Even in those lap times reflecting that close race, a 21.53 for Josh Gajewski and a 21.572 for Jackson Mezzaros. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing that correctly.
Our next race is already on the line. Brandon Adam in the Fireworks Trophy Truck taking on Travis Palm in Eclipse. Even off the line, down that tight straightaway. Brandon takes it a much tighter turn earlier entry than Travis, and Travis is slightly behind Brandon.
Yeah, we'll have to see how this plays out. Brandon had some issues in qualifying in one of his passes, but he seems to have worked those kinks out now going into that last turn. Travis has a tighter turn, but he's too far behind to make up for it, and it's going to be Brandon Adam taking that first round win.
Yeah, an excellent race there for Brandon. He's taking the best turns we've seen so far. He's getting a really early entry into them.
Number 4 qualifier, keeping his times fairly consistent, running at a 21.2836 that time by. Just a touch slower than his qualifying pass, which is a good sign, keeping consistent. Probably one of the easiest things to overlook in these types of racetracks, keeping yourself consistent throughout the course of the night.
At our next race on the floor, Matthew Tyrrell in Arctic Shock taking on Magnus Birkeland in Zanzibar.
Interested to see how these two match up here. Matthew with that great looking Arctic Shock. Only truck I know that has an actual animated body paint. Not something to be able to see in real life for certain. And you got Magnus Birkeland, definitely a veteran in this competition here in Zanzibar.
Both drivers staged the line. This is really going to be an interesting one. Wow, what a jump for Matt there. A truck length lead off the line. And Magnus clips the car and he's flipping it over. He's brought it back down, but his race is over.
Yeah, a great save there for Magnus. Hopefully he can keep that type of action in freestyle, but it's going to keep him. Oh, he's going to go on 2 wheels again, and he dumps it over this time as Matthew Tyrrell is going to take the first round win there by an infinite margin, as Magnus is not going to be able to finish that race.
Not a great race at all for Magnus. Looks like the dirt just caught him. He wasn't expecting it, and the tacky turns bit him in both turns on this track.
Moving on now, we're halfway through our first round of racing here. Get to see our number 2 qualifier, Trevor Amos, and Rocco Piergrossi, number 15, taking to the track now.
Rocco Piergrossi pulling into the gray lane. Trevor in the blue lane. This is surely going to be an interesting one. Dead even off the line. Let's see how they take these turns. Looks like they wait a little bit. Rocco spins out in the turn. Unfortunate, and Trevor's going to have a great lead into the second half.
Yeah, this field has been having their issues with this track so far tonight. It's been either the haves or the have-nots when it's been coming to these turns, as that's all Trevor Amos there. And Rocco once again losing it in that first turn there. Rough finish all the way through. See how we can come back to freestyle, but Trevor Amos moving on.
Our next race, we'll see Chris Bialik taking on Marcus Santana. The Party Time versus Introvert. This will be an interesting one.
I can tell you the personality traits here are bubbling to the surface. I don't think I could see more of a polar opposite type of trucks out here.
Yeah, we'll have to see who wins, the introvert or the extrovert in this race, but we're going to see them come to the line here in a second. Chris Bialik still high off that Truck Fest freestyle win. And Marcus Santana, it's been a while, but we did see him back in Season 1 of NAMT. It's good to see him back for Season 2 a couple of years later.
Yeah, always good to see returning faces, new faces along the way as well. I can't say it's the exact same as the first season. A lot of new faces this time around. Take one more look at that bracket here as we're getting into the final few races. 3 more for round 1 before we jump into round 2. You can see first 2 races, you got Trevor Michaelesco and Josh Gajewski, and then Brandon Adam and Matthew Tyrrell. Trevor Amos already moving on. We'll have to see who wins this race to find out who he'll be facing. And then obviously the last 2 races, Andrew Sheets and Tyler May, and Alex Ferrulo and Jake Earns. We may be facing some technical issues. We'll have to see if we can get that straightened out before this race starts. Otherwise, we might be well, keeping in fashion, we might, well, we'll have to hold on and see, but it's quite possible that Introvert might not be able to be seen here, but we'll have to give that just another second to make sure we sit idly by. Well, as we're sitting here out in Chester, Pennsylvania, Aaron, what do you think of this track here tonight and this wonderful scenery we have going on around it?
You know, I really like the vibe of this track. It's got a summer feel, although we're over here at the end of October.
Yeah.
But I mean, with the summer spirit, we've got the open air. You can see the water. Nice soccer stadium. It feels fresh out here, and I'm excited for not only this tight race course, but to see what these guys can do on the tight freestyle course. That's really going to be interesting.
Yeah, something familiar. I wouldn't quite call it a same type of track as maybe something you see out in like Salinas, California with this floor size. It's a little bit bigger than that, but even still, not a lot of room for error, but we'll have to see how that plays out, as I think we're going to be getting back into our round 1 racing here with both trucks seemingly staged on the line. Get the officials, get these guys ready to go. We'll be back to racing.
Advantage to Chris. Chris initiates that turn much sooner though, but it looks like Marcus didn't lose any ground of that. It's a half truck to Chris.
Yeah, Marcus knows how to keep himself in line for these types of races. Chris was bad fast in qualifying. We'll see if he can keep it up here. Final turn coming through. Marcus pushing hard for it, but it's going to stay with Chris Bialik as he will be moving on the 21.4016 to Marcus's 21.503. I have to say, for an truck named Introvert, it's quite the loud engine behind that. Quite the time getting to hear those engines roaring. Get to see Andrew Sheets bringing out that Skella Dragon and Tyler May on the Wheel of Poison here. See what this next race has to offer as we are winding down the last two of round one. We'll move on to our quarterfinals here in Subaru Park.
Tyler May pulling the poison truck all the way around to the blue lane. Andrew Sheets taking that gray lane with his lane choice advantage.
Well, we should have to see here if Tyler can keep his Cinderella story going. He didn't quite get where he wanted to last week, but he still qualified 15th and made it to the semifinals. Got another tough first round matchup here. See what he can make of it.
Tyler May maybe with an advantage off the line, but Andrew nice and tight in the turn, but Tyler's keeping up with him a truck length to Andrew right now.
Yeah, pretty stationary in the air as far as keeping an advantage. Andrew had some problems with this straightaway in qualifying, but he seems to have straightened it out now into that final turn. No issues for Andrew Sheets, and Tyler May, unfortunately, doesn't get another upset this week as he'll be going back to the pits early.
That was a beautiful last turn though from Andrew Sheets, maybe the best turn we've seen. There's really a balance of initiating too early or too late and hitting the wall or hitting the car. It's a tough course, but Andrew seems to have it locked down.
Yeah, no doubt that Andrew Sheets can figure out how to drive these trucks no matter the circumstances. I know the past couple times out he's had some issues getting the new Skella Dragon under control all the way back at the Truck Fest last month and last week as well. Didn't quite do what he wanted to, but I think once he gets himself figured out, he'll be back to his usual self and putting himself in championship contention. We're going to be moving on to our last race of round one. This will be seeing Alex Ferrulo in Pure Muscle taking on Jake Ernez in Outlander. Got both of these guys out last week. Those might remember Alex back from the Truck Fest. A lot of Cinderella stories as of late. One of the other ones, aside Tyler May, not too much luck. Both of them getting pretty far. Alex himself made it to the finals of the Truck Fest, trying to prove himself again here tonight. We'll see how that can go.
Off the line, it looks like Alex may have had a little bit of advantage there. Around the turn, Alex keeps it nice and tight. Jake's lagging behind by about a truck and a half.
Both of them throwing it hard into that second turn there. Coming back up the straightaway. No real ground lost or gained for Alex as he's going to keep it smooth into the final turn, and he's going to hold on for a truck length victory and move himself into round two.
Yeah, great pass there from Alex, continuing on his streak from the amazing sight we saw from the Truck Fest. But clearly Alex is a racer to watch in this league.
We'll have to see how he can do. He got out of the first round last week. It's about as far as he got. We'll have to see if he can shake off the cobwebs and get himself into the semifinals as we're moving into round two here in Subaru Park. We'll take a look at these brackets as we've finished off the first round of competition. Figuring out who's moving on to the semifinals here with these races. Trevor Michaelesco and Josh Gaiesi coming up first. Josh Gaiesi, number 9 qualifier, got that upset. Brandon Adam and Matthew Tyrrell, who taking on over there. You got Trevor Amos and Chris Bilek also moving on. And then Andrew Sheets and Alex Ferrullo will be rounding out the first round. Just see how that goes. I don't think they met last week. This might be their first meeting since the Truck Fest, where we did see Alex take Andrew Sheets down. If I'm not mistaken.
We have our first race of round 2 staged at the line right now. Dead even off the line into the turn. Looks like Trevor has a tighter turn, but Josh keeps up more speed, but Trevor picks up the ground in the air and he's leading the race.
Yeah, I noticed Trevor using a lot more of the rear steer through that first turn. Let's see if he can play to his advantage. I think he's about a half truck behind as Gajewski throws it in hard. Trevor spins it a little hard. That's going to be a 5-second penalty. We'll have to review the finish. I think Josh might have gotten it anyway, but we'll double check that right here, right now. That was a close finish. Through and through. Very unfortunate breakage. Trevor did get across the line first, but with a 5-second penalty, that's going to hand the win over to Josh Gajewski. Control Freak moving on.
And our second race of round 2 is now at the line. Matt Tyrrell in the Arctic Shock, Brandon Adam in the Fireworks Trophy Truck. Off the line, it's very even, but in the turn, it looks like they keep it even, and it is dead even across the line.
Coming into that second turn there, their tires almost touch as they come around there. Coming back up the straightaway now, it's still pretty close. I'd say a slight edge to Brandon Adam, maybe down the straightaway through the final turn. It's a close one still. I want to say Brandon Adam got that. Another close race. We're going to look at that one more time just to make sure. After this first round with some issues with people getting down those straightaways, it seems like those that are left over have been able to figure it out, getting us some very close races here. We just want to take a look there at that finish. Yeah, and after the review, it was less close than originally expected. Brandon Adam will be moving on there. About a tire length victory for him.
Our next race on the line, Chris Bialik, Party Time, Trevor Amos in a picture of Tony Hawk. Trevor Amos with a slight lead over the line. A nicer turn from him, and he keeps up more speed, about a half truck to Trevor right now.
Oh, but Chris having a whole bunch of issues getting around that second turn there. Looks like it's going to be all Trevor moving on here. Yes, it is. Oh, a whole load of issues for Chris there. Unable to keep that truck clean through that second turn, and he is all over the place. And Trevor Amos taking the win there. As we're going to also take a look back now, because it seems like might have been an oversight by the officials, as Josh Gajewski did in fact also one tire in that last race. The first race of this round wasn't as easily apparent until we reviewed the tape again, and as a double negative, they'll both get 5-second penalties, but it is going to go back to that photo finish, which gave Trevor Michaelesco the victory. So he'll be moving on here into the next round instead of Josh Gajewski. So he won't have lane choice, as they both got that 5-second penalty. Let's see how that plays out as the number one qualifier moves on without having lane choice.
And we're now in our last race of round 2. Andrew Sheets, Alex Frullo.
We're getting set here for this last race. Drivers figuring out what lanes they're going into. Andrew Sheets and Alex Ferrulo here, finishing up round 1.
Alex Frullo much faster down that starting hill than Andrew, but Andrew has made up some of the ground. He's still about a half truck behind right now.
Yeah, first time by is pretty close. Alex is pulling away with it now, though. He's got a full truck length lead. Can he get Andrew Sheets again? It looks like it is going to be Alex Ferrulo moving on.
Wow, what
a wild
upset.
finish there. That Skeledra body is looking worse for wear, but it does not matter for that, as a very close finish as far as the times are concerned. But it will be Alex Ferrulo moving on as we get ready for the next round of racing here. We're up to our semifinals here. 2 races this round. We get to decide who's moving on to the finals. Trevor Michaelesco about to take on Brandon Adam. And then we'll be seeing Trevor Amos and Alex Ferrulo. All right, so we're getting set here. Looks like both drivers are staged on the line. Just getting the officials in place for this first semifinal race here.
Pretty even off the line, but Brandon Adam once again with that early initiation of the turn. It helps him out, but he's only about a tire ahead right now.
Oh, this is a close race. Brandon entering the turn earlier, starts wider. Trevor keeps it straight down going into the final turn. I would say Trevor has a bit of a lead, but he's spinning a little bit hard to the finish line. Another close race. I think Brandon Adam took it that time, though.
Yeah, Brandon Adam takes that one by about 2 tires.
A close race there, but Brandon Adam, the number 4 qualifier, Not enough luck for Trevor to get a double penalty to move him on, but not enough to move him into the finals. Number 1 qualifier going out in the semifinals here tonight.
But Brandon Adam into the finals again, looking for 2 in a row in racing.
Yeah, it's only an upset as far as the seeding is concerned, but I definitely would not say Brandon Adam is an underdog here. He's definitely starting to prove himself as a legitimate racer in these trucks. Let's see if he can make it another win tonight.
Alex Ferrillo, Trevor Amos, our second semifinal to see who makes it into the finals against Brandon Adam. Maybe a tire lead to Trevor, but Alex clips the car. He's up on his side still, but the race is over for him.
Yeah, there's no way he's coming back here. Completely missing that racing jump the first time by. Almost a half-track advantage here, as we'll be seeing Trevor Amos moving on here to the finals. And once again, we got a rematch from last week as we finished this racing bracket out in East Rutherford the same way as we'll be finishing it out tonight, with Brandon Adam and Trevor Amos. We'll get to see if Brandon can retain the victory and keep himself the racing points leader as we move through the second week of the season. Or if we'll be seeing Trevor taking a tie, as they both would be tied up at, I believe, in racing points, they'd get tied up at 31 apiece after this single race right here.
This should be a tight race too, because if we look at the times from the last round, less than 100th of a second separates these guys. This is going to be an exciting race to watch. Two competitors that really know how to run this track. Super fast all night, and we're going to see them battle it out in the last race of the night.
Driver is staged on the line, looking to the officials here for a green light.
Even off the line. Brandon Adam with that signature turn we've seen all night, but Trevor almost kept it tighter. It's dead even.
Definitely going to be a close run going in the second time by. These drivers keeping it close to the freestyle obstacles coming down that straightaway. A little room for error. Final time by to the finish. It's going to be... It looks like Brandon Adam has taken it again, but we're going to look at that one more time because that was a photo finish there.
Yeah, it looked to me as if Brandon Adam took that one by a half a tire, maybe a full tire length. We'll have to go back and check.
A lot of close races here tonight in Chester. Small track, little room for error, and yes, it is in fact Brandon Adam for the second week in a row taking out the racing victory. Once again, defeating Trevor Amos in the finals. And we'll have to see if he can keep this up now. No longer, I think after going into week one, he was definitely a threat as a dark horse. He proved himself very competitive at the Truck Fest. Even more so last week, taking a full victory in racing and a second week of racing with a victory. I don't think there's denying Brandon Adam is here to make a name for himself, as he is out in front with the racing points for the regular season so far. But we'll have to see if he can keep that up for freestyle, as with racing all set and done, we'll be moving on to freestyle after a short intermission here.
Absolutely. We'll be back in exactly 15 minutes for the remainder of the event, the second half, the freestyle competition on this tight course. We'll see you there. We are back for the freestyle portion of our show here at Subaru Park for week 2 of NAMT. The course has been changed, a helicopter has been landed on the course, and we are ready for some wild freestyle action. Back alongside me from the racing portion, Danny Mackey. Danny, how do you feel about this freestyle course?
I think this might be one of the more challenging tracks we'll see on this tour this time around this year. Don't know what's planned for the rest of the year, but I can tell you this track looks like it's going to be eating up a lot of trucks tonight. No wiggle room for error. You got these containers lining all around the sidelines. If you're getting out of shape, you're going to be bumping into those all night long. And I don't know if the officials are going to be appreciative of the consistent wall taps we'll probably be seeing all night long.
Magnus Birkeland and Zanzibar is now in the tunnel and staging for his freestyle to open up the show.
See what Magnus can pull out here. First one on the track tonight. See if he holds back to try to get the full time score, or if he's going to go out and try to put up a good show for these fans and get a high score and set the bar for tonight's action.
Let's see what he starts on. I'm curious to see what everyone's going to start on today. Last week we saw everyone start on the racing lanes, but looks like he's going for that jump over there and flies it across the racing lane.
Yeah, a lot of these jumps pretty familiar what you see in a Monster Jam track these days. A couple variations, though, especially that center stack, and of course the helicopter parked out there on the track. Magnus crossed starting it over the starting pads, bringing it back around to where he started the freestyle run here.
Might need to get some more moves in. It seems like he's just driving around the obstacles, but he is getting towards the main part of the floor now.
Yeah, 30 seconds in, he's done about a full 2 laps around the same obstacles. Might be getting a feel for this track here. Is he going to go for a backflip early into the run? He is! A hard landing, and that is going to end it early for Magnus. Going for broke, but it does not work out for him.
That is a tough break for Magnus.
Scores coming in now from our judges. Still 40 seconds of the 2-minute clock. That's going to get him a 6 for his time score out of a possible 20. See the remainder of these scores coming in from our judges. A 4 for tech, 4 for momentum, and 2 for air. A tough break for an early rollover for Magnus Birkeland, as that's going to net him a 16 to start off tonight's action.
But coming out next, Brandon Adam, the racing winner, going for the double down early in the competition.
Yeah, he did well last time out in freestyle last week as well, if I remember correctly. Circumstances being what they are, he gets to go a little bit earlier in the night than originally scheduled for him. So we'll have to see. Maybe he's even more comfortable going out this early, not having the pressure of a score to beat. That's usually someone that might end up winning for the night.
We'll have to see what he does. He could raise the bar here and stay in it, or, I mean, the score to beat is not very high right now. Magnus would have got a 16 in that run.
And Brandon put up a 44 last week at MetLife. Let's see if he can match it or even get a higher score this time around. With some big air to start it off, flying across the track.
Crossing over that center jump there, jumping across the floor diagonal. Looks like he's going towards the backside of the middle jump with a huge sky wheelie.
Oh, he's going to land hard here. Is he going to watch himself? Oh. Is He lands hard into those containers. Knew that was going to be coming up early tonight. Didn't really land too hard on top of them, though. I think the officials are going to let him refire. He's going to have to watch himself in this track, as everyone else will also have to be. No
Gave
room
those
to
dumps a
land.
little tap there. Watched him rock back. Didn't quite hit the stand. Slipped him back over, and he's good to go.
Yeah, it's about as far as you can really get away with these containers. A true testament to driver skill to keep yourself out of control, but still on the track.
That is going to hurt his momentum there with that stop, but he's trying to pick it back up, and that's a huge pop off the middle jump with that car there.
Very much a rocket ship launch at a lot of hang time into a moonwalk over the starting pad. Brings it back around to that little bar pad. He's on his side again. He's going to just stop it at the containers, really using all of this floor space that he's been allotted to him here.
Yeah, it's a nice skyway there, but as we can see from Brandon, this is going to be a tricky course for all these guys as he hits the backflip here, tries to get the consecutive.
He's going to pull it out, but he
Twist
didn't quite get the consecutive, but he definitely lands it back on all four wheels.
Oh no, this could be tough. He brings it back down. That was a weird landing there, but he keeps it going.
Right on the edge of disaster a couple times now throughout this run is some more big air over that center stack, over the height of the fans. You got to look up to see that truck up in the air there.
Now he's getting a little out of control, but he's on two wheels. He drives it past the dumpsters. Oh, he's in trouble here, and he brings it down.
Fluid transition there. From
Out of
on
control,
two
but
wheels
in
on
control.
The side. Yeah, he's all over the place here.
Oh my goodness.
That's going to be a hard one for him. And that's going to end the run. I don't think he had much time left. He had 11 seconds left on the clock. Isn't going to be a full 20 for the time score, but definitely a lot of good moves, a lot of air. I think this is going to score pretty well with the judges here, just on the second run of the night. It's going to be an 18 for his time score, just 2 points shy of a perfect time score. Obviously didn't fill the clock there, as our scores are coming in. And there they are from the judges, a 7 for momentum, 8 for air, and another 8 for technicality. That's going to easily put him in the lead. We'll have to see how long that can hold, though.
That's a 41 for Brandon, so he blows past Magnus, but it is still early in the competition.
Yeah, that 41 points, not enough to win it last week, but with the way this track is shaping up, it might be a much closer contender for a victory. We'll have to see how many more competitors can post a higher score.
Rocco Piergrossi over in the staging area in the Fair Play truck. Let's see what he's going to go for first. He's going to hit a jump straight out of the gate. Yes, he is.
Up on the nose, but he brings it back down. Rocco, a huge fan of that Fair Play truck. This is the first time we get to see him this year behind the wheel as he gets a nice wheelie over that start pad. He's going to get all tangled up in the center stack. Kicks it over those buried in cars at the top of that mountain there.
That's a tough area to get stuck in. It's hard to maneuver around the center obstacle. He managed to get unstuck with a nice skywheelie out of it. Going towards the end of the backflip. He over-rotates it. Can he bring it back down? What a save.
Definitely pushing the limits of this truck as he stuck it straight on the two side wheels and drove out of it. I don't know if there's much more that truck could handle there. So he's going to combo it right into the back of the racing lane on two wheels, on one wheel. Brings it back down. He's going to go for the center stack here. Probably get some nice big air. A huge sky wheelie, lands it smooth again on the nose though. Rocco's trying to pick it up here.
Solid run so far. May need a little bit more technicality, although that backflip off the end was nice. And he pogs it off the center jump and lands it smooth. There's a nice move right there.
I think he can hear you up in here. Gets a nice combo there. Definitely working for the technicality score with some more huge air. That won't help him there, but it'll help him with his air score. A lot of sky wheelies.
Truck sky high. Forced the skywheelie out of that one.
He's going to go for a backflip again here off the regular side. That's going to be rough on the side. They're going to stop the truck there. That was all over the place. Quite a wild ride. We'll have to see if the officials here are going to let him continue. I don't know there's much left in that truck, but Rocco's going to see what he can put fair play through here. As that truck's probably at the end of its ropes. He's got some
He's only
time
got
left on the
30
clock.
seconds left, though. He's got to
Oh my
pick up the
goodness.
scores. That's not going to help. He's going to back up. Makes a move out of it, though. A little bit of a jump in reverse.
Up on the back. It's a bit of a wheelie. He's going to try to drive through it. Back over the car pad there. Right at time. Oh! Well, I don't know if that's really going to help him his score there, as that was quite a move. I'm not sure what to really make of that at the end of his run. Not sure the judges are going to be too fond of whatever, I guess you could call that a backflip, but that was quite an interesting finish to the freestyle run. Rocco getting a good showing for fair play. I don't know how it's going to shake out for the scores, though. First driver to field time tonight, but I don't think he's not going to get the lead for it, though. It's only going to be a 40. Definitely a wild ride for fair play.
Yeah, that was a weird run for him. He never really got in control of the truck, although you do have to be out of control to make an entertaining run. You still have to have some control, and I didn't really see that from him.
Yeah, it's actually a 39 for the score, not a 40. A miss +1 issue there, but we're going to keep moving on with this freestyle competition. It's Brandon Adam holding on to the lead. We'll get to see if Marcus Santana and Introvert can come out here and try to take the lead away.
Gonna take a parade lap here down the long end of the track.
I can tell you this is a loud truck. No muffler on this engine. Nice backside to start it off on the center stack. See if he can follow it up with some more big air off of one of the dirt pads. Into a slap wheelie, nice.
A solid start, keeping up some good momentum in the early part of his run, maybe the best we've seen. If people have to get move to move, these ramps are steep, but he's hitting the obstacles.
Yeah, he's working that shifting in and out of first gear, trying to keep the truck under control. There's not a lot of, we've seen it all night, there's not a lot of room on this track for these guys, but he's getting a lot of vertical air. Combos it, noses it, shovels that dirt right up into a wheelie. A nice combo there. He's 30 seconds into his run.
Yeah, very technical start. That was a nice move there. He didn't overthink it, and he goes back and clears the middle jump perfectly.
Keeps it out of the way of those containers, follows it up over the car pad, into the middle of the floor. Moving on through the run now. Definitely got a solid freestyle going. See if Marcus can pick it up here.
This is a great run so far. If I had to say anything, I'd say he probably needs a little bit more air to his run, but the momentum is fantastic.
Well,
oh, there's the air.
Following up right as you're talking about it here. Combos it up onto two wheels. He's going to drive it through and up, over, and back down. What a nice save there.
Stayed in control in that tight corner and kept the truck on all four wheels. A great save straight into the back flip.
Picture perfect into a moonwalk. Marcus Santana looking for the lead here possibly. The run's winding down, some sick air off the backside.
Yeah, great run. Got to finish big though. He's got about 15 seconds left. Into a donut.
Nice donuts. Maybe 1-2 more moves left on the clock for him. More big air. Over the helicopter with a sky wheelie onto the nose. Can he save it at time? He's going to let it roll right over and finish the run out. A very good showing for Marcus Santana, an Introvert. I think we might have a new leader here. We'll have to get these tallied up, but from the looks of it, we got a 20 for time, filled the timeout very well. Only second person to do that tonight. 9 for momentum, he kept that truck moving. 8 for technicality, and a 7 for air. And
a 44 for Marcus Santana.
Going to get him into the lead here. We'll see how that holds up for the rest of the night. And as we just saw, Marcus Santana taking the lead here. We'll take a quick look at the first 4 trucks that just came out on the floor here. As you see Marcus Santana in the lead right now with that 44. Just took the lead away from Brandon Adam. He got that 41. Might have been a bit more of a contention for the lead if he hadn't rolled early. And then you can see Rocco Piergrossi and Magnus Berkland down on the bottom 2 so far. Let's see how this all plays out for the rest of the night. We're going to get back to the freestyle action with Purple Haze and Jackson Mazzaros out on the floor.
Jackson's ready to go in the staging area, and he's going to come flying through the tunnel right now into Subaru Park.
First showing for Purple Haze here this season. A great looking truck. Love the color scheme here. He's going to start it off on the starting pad, follows it up with a combo over the backside of the racing jump there. Good sky wheelie to get him going.
Yeah, he just watched that run there, and he's got to think, how am I going to top that? But the key on this track is momentum. You just have to go move to move. It looks like that's what he's doing here as he hits the helicopter.
Yeah, definitely. Not a lot of room around you, but you can also get a lot of vertical air, especially on that center jump. So if you can't jump across the floor, you might as well go straight up into the air. We'll see how many other people can take advantage of that as he's quarter of the way in, 30 seconds through his run now. Slings it back around over the starting pad.
Over the backside of the racing lane, he's keeping it a little too low to the ground, but then again, the tight area, you can't skate off everything, but he's going to skate off the middle jump.
I feel like you're telling them what you want to hear because they keep getting the air when you keep bringing up that they don't have it.
I got radio communication to every one of these drivers. They are listening to me, and it's working.
Well, let's see if this works out. He's going to go for a backflip off the container halfway through the run. A fluid rotation. Oh, picture perfect. You can put that in a textbook. Into the moonwalk just at the end of the floor, using all the space he's got. Combos it right over top the helicopter. This might be the time for Jackson here to pick it up. He shoves it right into the ground of that landing, but he's going to whip it back and get back into the moves.
Oh, we're getting tossed up here. That's a tough one. It brings it back down, though.
Going to keep it going there. You'll have to see how he can keep this moving along. 30 seconds left now. Very solid performance. Maybe a move or two away from taking the lead, as that was a nice recovery. Brings it back around. It's time for another backflip. But, oh, we might see a corkscrew attempt.
Oh, what is that?
And he's going to lose it. I think he was going for a corkscrew. Didn't quite get it. Kind of got thrown off of that container like it was not having any of it. But he does fill the time. We'll have to see how that reflects in the scores, though. Good showing for Purple Haze, Jackson Mazzaros. First time out this season. We'll hopefully get to see him a couple more times this year as the tour moves along. Scores are coming in now. A 20 for time. He filled the whole clock. 8 for momentum, 7 for air, 7 for technicality.
A 42 for Jackson. Strong showing into second place.
Definitely going to take a nice freestyle run to take the lead here. Almost saw it there just a run ago, but we'll have to see if Alex Ferrullo can come out here now and tear the house down in pure muscle.
Alex right onto the track. Will he start big? I have to say the first move you do really sets the mood for the run. It looks like he's going for one of these cut racing lanes to get some big air. I know that one's more for distance. We're going to see a long jump here.
Oh, skies it out across the floor. Some huge air to start the runoff. Let's see what he can make of it. Going to go right into a backflip. Into a smooth landing up on the nose. He's walking. Oh, he's going to get tripped over the helicopter, but he brings it back down.
Yeah, he probably wanted to get it over down the track in the moonwalk, but the helicopter got in his way. Can he save it? What a move that was.
They're going to check the truck real quick. That was a wild ride there for him, but I think the truck might be checking out. Got tossed around, but I think he's going to be good to get the truck back underway. Some better luck than he had last week. A wild start with some backflips didn't quite go his way, but it looks like the truck's going to keep going for him here.
30 seconds into his run. A strong first 30 seconds. He's out of control right now. He is keeping it in control on this tight floor, but he is looking totally crazy, and that's what you need.
Definitely need to keep the truck moving. Oh, he's up and down.
Wow, what a save.
Oh, I don't think he's going to save it, though.
Oh, no.
Ran out of room. Another truck over early. A wild ride there at the end, but sometimes a little out of control can do you more harm than good. Only going to be a 9 for time. He nearly got halfway through the run there. A tough break for Alex Ferrulo. We'll be waiting on these scores from our judges. Scores coming in now. As we've said, didn't fill the whole clock. Only gets a 9 for his time, nearly half the run. 7 for momentum, 6 for air, and a 5 for technicality. Not enough to get the lead. That's
a 27. So, unfortunately, he's currently in last, or is it second to last? Second to last,
now, yeah.
Only to Magnus. Couldn't break the 30s, couldn't break the 40s. Unfortunate break there, but still a good showing from today in both racing and freestyle.
Looking forward to what Alex has in store for us for the rest of the season. We're moving on now to Trevor Michaelesco in Backlash. See what Trevor can do. Try to revenge himself for that first #1 qualifying spot. He couldn't really take advantage of it in racing. See if he can put a good showing out here on the floor in freestyle.
Eyeing up that helicopter is his first move, and doesn't even touch it.
Very smooth over the top into a nice sky wheelie to follow it up. A good start for Trevor Michaelesco. He's going to get some huge air right over to the middle of the floor. Oh, he's going to case it hard, but keep it going. The jammer taking the brunt of that impact.
These ramps are sending people in all kinds of directions. It's really wild to watch the ways these trucks are moving in the air.
Yeah, not a lot of room for cross-threading, so when you don't line up for it straight on as intended, you're going to get a wild rebound off of it, and you've been seeing that all night. Some big air, though, over the center stack. Everyone's hitting that one straight on, as always. Into the side of the backflip container. A nice backflip. Comes down hard in the rear. Tries for a moonwalk. Doesn't quite get it, though.
Yeah, I see a couple guys going for this moonwalk down the track, but they can't get it done with the helicopter there, especially. It's a narrow section to get it and 2 failures of it, but he's on 2 wheels here and he brings it down right before the wall.
Nicely done, some 2-wheel skill move there. Over the dirt pad, lands it a little bit casing it, but he's going to combo it up very well. He's a minute in now. See how he can step it up here in the second half of his run.
Wow, twists it over the ramp there and lands it smooth. He's getting crossed up all kinds of ways on these obstacles.
A very low to the ground attack. He's going to go for the corkscrew.
Oh, he brings it.
Just barely pulls that one out. I don't think he could have gotten much closer on that. Running out of room on the track. Only corner without a container. It's going to get thrown in reverse. Don't even turn around.
This is a great showing in the second half of his run. He's only got about 15 seconds left, but we're going to have to see how he finishes. He's still keeping a little too low to the ground, but he flies it across. He's out of shape.
They are pushing the limits of the truck, but that is going to end it right there as he just drops it onto the containers. All momentum just absorbed by that last container in the line there with 6 seconds left. 19 for his time, just barely missed the full run. I don't know. I don't think anyone else has, no one else has landed a corkscrew yet. Saw one attempt earlier tonight, I believe, but that was closest to the ground as you can get for that corkscrew. Definitely a good showing for Trevor Michaelesco, and we'll see if he can come close to the lead here with that 1 point short on the time score.
It's a 43, 1 point short, and that was the 1 point that came up in the time score. That's a tough one.
Yeah, he was going all out at the end of that run. I thought that truck was going to take a wild ride over that last starting pad he hit before he crashed. Came down a little bit softer than I was expecting, but he's still just destroying that dumpster at the end of his run. But I don't think there was much else he could have done. If he kept it on all four wheels, might have been able to get another move out of that and take the lead, but definitely a great showing for Trevor Michaelesco tonight.
And we have another Trevor coming up, Trevor Amos, in a picture of Tony Hawk in the staging area, eyeing up the track.
We're getting set here to move on. Yep, we'll be seeing that Tony Hawk truck take to the track here.
Going to the backside of the middle, no, the backside of the racing lane. Interesting start. I don't think we've seen anyone start their run with that, but a nice sky wheelie.
Yeah, you got to mix things up here on this track. Not a lot of room, not a lot of different ways you can attack this stuff, so anything that can set you out above the rest definitely will help you out in the long run. Gonna spin it back around, hit the opposite side of the starting pad. It's a nice little pop-up air into a wheelie. He's gonna walk it right over the car pad. A great combo into a moonwalk. He's doing a lot of stuff early, trying to really... Oh, he's just not stopping me. I'm talking right through his other combo. He hasn't stopped this combination, I feel like half of his run so far, 30 seconds in now.
Yeah, it was an amazing combo. It helps technicality, but he stayed on the front for so long. You have to think maybe that hurts the momentum. But was it worth it? I don't know. It was a great combo, and he's still going, move to move, keeping the momentum up.
Nice job brake checking over the car, the starting pad there to keep the truck under control. As he goes for a backflip, the rear end caught the container up on the nose. Oh, into a wheelie. He just walks right out of it.
Picking up some notes from Cole Vennard on that move. Couldn't get the wheelie to stay up, but it's still a fantastic move off the backflip. Always great to see backflip variations.
Oh, some huge air off of the center stack. I think that might be the highest air of the night so far on that jump.
That was the biggest hang time I think we've seen so far. That was huge.
A lot of... Oh! Thought he was going to lose it there. He's just going to drive straight through like nothing's going on. What a great combination. Trevor Amos putting up a score here, possibly. They're winding through this freestyle run. He's got 30 seconds left. Let's see what he can put together. I don't know if there's much else he can really combo up here.
He's got to finish big. About 30 seconds left in the run, but this is looking fantastic so far.
Lots of momentum, lots of moves. He's going to go for the corkscrew. Can he land it as well on the side, but he brings it back down. Very good corkscrew. I will say, oh, he's going to roll it.
Oh,
he's gonna
that's
lose
a tough break.
He had the luck rolling with him all run long and just got tripped over with 10 seconds left off that starting pad. I was about to say he didn't have quite as clean as a corkscrew as Trevor did that last run, but aside from that, a phenomenal freestyle performance. I don't know if there was much else he could have done with the last couple seconds. Might have been the difference between... Well, it really might be only just a 2-point difference between what he would have gotten and what he's getting as the scores are coming in with an 18 for time, a 9 for air, 9 for momentum, and a 9 for technicality. 9s across the board from the judges as we see the final score coming in, and he will be taking the lead.
He does, wow. Takes the lead and finishes 10 seconds before the clock expires. That's pretty impressive.
What a run. I will say, those 2 points left on the clock, I don't know what else he could have done with those final 10 seconds. I don't know if he had anything else planned there. An unexpected end, but even with 10 seconds remaining, still able to go out there and get the lead with 45. I have to... Quite a run there. And after that, taking the lead, once again, we're going to take a look at our top scores for freestyle, as that was also marking our halfway point in this competition here tonight. As we just saw a great run from Trevor Amos, getting that 45, taking the lead out of Marcus Santana, who also, great showing tonight. And as you look down the line, Trevor Michaelesco, some other drivers not able to quite make the cut tonight, as Rocco Piergrossi, Alex Carullo, and Magnus Berkling rounded out top 8. But we're only halfway done. We're going to get back on the track now. I believe we got Jake Earns in Outlander about ready to go.
Absolutely. He's over there sitting at the edge of the track. Let's see what Jake can bring to the table as he's just watched the current leading run from the pits. He's thinking, how am I going to top that? Well, filling the clock could help because those 2 points are still up for play.
Yeah, that time score really can make or break a freestyle score as he starts it off over the helicopter there. 2 more points finishing out that run. That would have been a 47 we're probably looking at, so definitely makes a difference. Getting a little lost early on in the outskirts of the track, though. Let's see if Jake can get himself back together.
Yeah, he's going to have to pick up the momentum. I know he's only 15 seconds into the run, but a move like that, a bobble on the wall, that's not going to help, especially after we just watched the leader. But he's keeping the flow up now.
Nice little pop-up. Drives it down the center stack. He's going to spin it back around. Great looking truck he's got here with that. I would almost say like a country-style scenery with the space in the background. A great truck here. Let's see if he can spin it around with that giant flag. I think he already bent it.
Yeah, and a great color scheme, too, to watch this truck fly with those beautiful purple. I see some metal flakes in there. He jumps over the middle jump. Trying to get some more air in it, but he's keeping it a little too low right now.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to get the truck going. It comes along with the momentum. If you can't keep the truck going around the track, you're not going to have enough speed to get the air that will also help your score. Kind of all goes hand in hand at sometimes, especially with a track like this. He's halfway through now. Brings it back around though. Good chance to step it up here. Get some nice air over there.
You got to hit the gas a little bit. He's being a little too easy on it, but there's a nice sky wheelie.
Brings it down hard. Gonna combo it into the little car pad there and spin it back around. Gets caught up by the containers again, but he's gonna go for the center stack. Some nice air. I think he's gonna go for a slap wheelie. Nice, walks it out. Onto wheels, he brings it back down.
Almost got the wall protection there, but puts it down. Reverses it over the cars. He's only got 5 seconds left.
Gonna go right into the backflip. Oh, nice! He's gonna spin it around. And I think he's just gonna dump it over right at time. He's gonna fill the clock though. A pretty good run. I don't know if that's going to be able to take the lead, but I think he definitely put some stuff together at the end there to help out his score. I would say a pretty solid performance from Jake Earns, veteran of the game here. Put on another good show for everyone out here watching tonight. It's going to wind up with a 40 for his score, though, not enough for the lead.
Still solid, though. Gets into the 40s. That's going to help with the consistency of the freestyle points and the points chase.
Definitely will. No point left behind. Nothing worth leaving on the scoreboard out here. We'll possibly be seeing him do a little better with a little bigger floor next week out in Montreal. But
a much bigger floor next week in Montreal.
Definitely. Get these guys.
I think it's going to help a few of these guys. They seem to want the bigger floors, and this just might not be their week. But next week, I think it's going to be the opposite. The big floor guys are going to shine.
Definitely. We'll see. Josh Gajewski might be one of those guys, but we'll see if he can still put it together. A nice freestyle run here. A veteran of the game as well. A lot of veterans here. We'll see what he can put out on this track. 2 minutes on the clock for him. We'll see what he can do.
The first move matters the most. We're going to see what he's lining up for here. Backside of that one with a huge air over the racing lane. I think that was the same start we saw from Magnus to start the freestyle competition.
Yeah, definitely a nice combination there as he brings back over the car pad. Anything that's different, even if we've seen it one or two people try before, as he's on two wheels.
Wow.
Oh, drives
that was close.
Very close call there. Had to drive it up the backflip ramp just a touch. Got a nice little sky wheelie out of it,
2 feet forward, I think he hits the backflip. It was a wild move, but he kept it under control. 36 into the run.
A lot of cross-threading early on. With a track like this, you really got to move it around.
Wow, that is a huge air.
Huge air. Hard on the brakes into a nice stand-up wheelie there.
The momentum's actually incredible, but is it going to cost him here? Oh, he was in neutral.
He lost gear. I don't know if he would have been able to save it. That truck looked pretty far gone anyway. But that's
a tough break. He could have probably saved that, but straight to neutral. Couldn't get the gearbox. the way he wanted it, and that is a tough break only 47 seconds in.
Yeah, that truck, I don't know, we would have had any momentum with the wheels rolling going into that. But as you said, over early, only 47 seconds of the time he filled. A fair score for what he was able to do. 6s across the board with a
25. 25 for Josh Gayeski, so not bad for less than a minute filled.
We're moving along now into just a little bit past halfway now. We'll get to see Tyler May bringing the Poison truck out here for freestyle. Tyler had a pretty solid run last time we saw him in East Rutherford. See if he can step it up here. Points left on the board. 5 points left to work with for these freestyle competitors, though still the points chase overall not to be ignored, even if you don't manage to pick up the win tonight. All rolls into the overall points chase for that 3-event playoff series at the end of the season. We'll get to see everyone working for it. Top 12 get to move on. We'll have to see if Tyler May can keep his consistent driving style. Possibly see him move into the playoffs if we get further down the line here.
Tyler May over in the staging area in that great looking truck. Now Tyler May, I would almost call him the king of consistency. He isn't the most exciting driver, but he always fills the clock.
Yeah, I don't think that's really a knock on Tyler's driving style. He can definitely lay down a freestyle on the right night. He's someone that can always work towards being the upper half of the freestyle points leaderboard. And that plays in well for a points chase in a score like this one, where even though you might not be getting trophies, you still want to be coming home with high freestyle performances. So it all adds up.
But he's keeping up great momentum right now early in the run. And if he keeps this up, I mean, this is looking like a great run. He's not getting the air we've seen so far, but he's got the flow.
Flips it back around. He's going to go for the center stack here. Get some nice air. He levels the truck off.
There's the air I was talking about. He heard me over the radio comms, and he gets it up in the air. 30 seconds of the run right now.
On two wheels, though. Nicely done there. He's going to backside the center stack over that jammer. Combos it up very well down the downside. Brings it back over to that dirt pad. Tyler definitely starting to step it up. Some more big air. Takes the rebound in stride. Combos it, bounces it right on top of that helicopter. Looks like he's eyeing that backflip ramp. Perfect backflip. Can he get the moonwalk? He can. He's walking it around.
A fantastic first half of the run. I mean, the momentum is insane, and the air is actually really good. He's been picking it up. Might need some more technicality, though, but once again, very consistent start.
Definitely has time left on the run, as he seems to be picking up every second that moves on now. Some more, even more air than the last time he hit that center stack. He's going to bring it around to the backs. Oh, I think he's eyeing a reverse move. Is he going to go for the reverse backflip? He is onto wheels, and he's going to bring it back down. What a save.
That was an incredible sequence of moves. The backflip to save. I thought he was in trouble in the wall there, but he kept it off the wall protection.
Definitely move to move now as he's picking it up with these final 30 seconds. Had that last save going into the reverse side of the racing lane. Some more big air. He's starting to really get this truck moving in the final 30 seconds.
Actually, the run is winding down right now. Is that his last move?
Oh, a hard side slap. We'll see what he can do. I think he's going to rock into some donuts. A classic finish for Tyler May. A great freestyle. I have to see if this is going to challenge for the lead. It might not come up close, but with a lot of room left, very good run. 20 points will definitely be going in for the time. We'll have to see how the rest of this plays out from our judges.
Yeah, I must say, I said he wasn't the most exciting driver, but that was surely an exciting run.
Definitely proving us wrong here in the booth tonight.
Eight across the board. He comes up 1 point short with a 44.
Some great saves. I don't know if it would have been a couple more moves in the beginning of that run that would have put him over the edge. I definitely think Tyler had it going, though. Second half of that freestyle run, all over the place with a great reverse save. You'd rarely ever see people being able to pull out of it in reverse.
Especially that close to the wall.
Oh, no room for air. Could have been driving right up onto the wall if he wasn't too careful, but he brought it back very well.
An incredible showing from Tyler. I mean, that was one of the best runs I've seen from him. Outstanding. But I mean, we're moving right ahead. Matt Tyrrell in the staging area in Arctic Shock.
Yeah, no one's looking for praise here. They just want to get out here and run. As Matt is already on the track, ready to go.
Straight out of the gate, hits his first move over that dirt pad with huge air.
He was waiting anxiously to get this run underway as he just launched it out to get this run going.
Yeah, this is insane momentum, but he's only 2 hits in. The air he's getting is just phenomenal, and he's just flying across this floor.
We'll have to see what he can do. A lot of momentum early with these move to move, but with this much air, he's going to be landing right into the next jump. No room for air if he keeps driving like he has been.
It's really a toss-up. You get the momentum, you get the air, but then you land and it hurts your momentum. But he's got a good flow, and he's finding the middle ground between those categories as he goes for a stoppie there. He's going to bring it back into a moonwalk towards the obstacle, rides it up on the front wheels. Oh, he's in trouble here.
Oh, is he just going to put the reverse save Tyler May just had, and he's going to...
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Save it. Oh, tough break.
All over the roof, but I don't think he would have been able to bring that back. Oh, wild showing for that reverse gear. I don't know if that transmission had anything left at the end there. He's gonna get
a great start, but he couldn't finish it out. He didn't even get halfway through the run.
A rough break. Another driver out here laying it out early, but does not get the advantage from it.
Going to be a 26 or 28 for Matt Tyrrell in Arctic Shock.
I believe we're going to take a look now at the top scores of the night as this freestyle competition is winding down. Only a few competitors left, our final 4 now. We're going to strike that. We want to get right back into the action here as Andrew Sheets is ready to go.
Andrew Sheets and the Skella Dragon coming onto the floor.
Go out in the pit.
Nice air across the floor. Flying it across that turning obstacle again, and now heading to the dirt pad.
Huge air from that Dragon truck. Andrew Sheets, always known for putting together a beautiful piece. Oh, a huge sky wheelie off of that center stack. Just let the throttle run out there so nose rose up to the apex of that jump. He's gonna keep it going.
Yeah, keeping the flow up. Really great momentum at the start of the run. And he's getting the air too. I mean, from what we've seen from other guys with a start like this is they can't finish it out. So, I mean, the goal for Andrew here is to fill the clock and get the 20 points.
Yeah, you never want to leave anything on the table when it comes to freestyle, but sometimes you might have to bring a little bit back, keep your cards in close. But he's going to go for a backflip into a beautiful moonwalk. Probably one of the best we've seen tonight.
Stretched out every inch of the floor for that one.
Gets a nice jump over the helicopter, combos it. Oh, he's going to shove it straight into reverse off of the center stack, but he's going to lose it on the tabletop, and that's going to end his run.
No, what a tough break. As I said before, great start, but can't finish it out is the story of the night.
Yeah, if you don't, might want to keep your cards back to your chest for a couple more seconds. As we've seen time and time again, unable to complete a freestyle run, a lot of these guys will be happy to get out of Chester after tonight is done with. We're going to get our scores in here for Andrew Sheets. It's going to be the 11 for time. Again, another person losing it early in freestyle, but he gets a 6 for air, 5 for technicality, and a 7 for momentum. Let's see how those add up for him.
It's a 29 for Andrew Sheets.
Not enough tonight. As I believe we are taking a look now at the upcoming events for this 2020 NAMT season. As we just wrapping up our event here at Chester, Pennsylvania, we're moving up all the way up to the Great North in Canada at Montreal, Quebec Stadium, Olympic Stadium. Another couple shows coming down the line. And Houston rounding out the next 5 shows for us this season.
Chris Bialik in the staging area in the party time.
Three trucks left to go tonight. Let's see. A 45 with the score to beat. Chris is the man with the most freestyle moves. He'll make something up on the spot if you tell him to, and he'll make it look amazing. We'll have to see what he can do with his limited floor space tonight. I know he's going to have at least one move planned for us. See if it's a good
I feel
one.
like Crispy is going to be one of those guys that prefers a bigger floor, so I'm excited to see how he makes use of the small floor here. But he's going to start with some nice air over that racing lane.
Some huge air to start the runoff. As we saw, he's got the great moniker of being the Truck Fest Freestyle Champion at a wild freestyle that event just last month.
Yeah, floor that's probably 10 times the size of this one.
Oh yeah, no room as compared to that one. The combo's a nice wheelie up over the start pad as he's about a quarter of the way in. Gonna go for the backflip now. Little off center as he throws it into reverse. He's gonna bring it back down. Back over the the starting pad over there.
A little over 30 seconds in his run, he's going over the middle jump. He's got the flow, and I think he's playing it smart here. He's keeping a little bit more under control as he goes for a bicycle there and ends up in a wheelie somehow. That's interesting.
1 2-wheel move for the other. Back to the backflip container. I think he got a corkscrew out of that one. I'm not too sure what to call that as he kind of...
that was a slow-moving corkscrew, but it was very impressive looking.
Yeah, drove it back from where he was coming from. Not too often you get to see something quite like that. He's going to go back for the center stack and get some huge air.
Wow, the pop on that one was incredible.
And the rebound as well. He's going to go to the side of the container now. A backflip assault. He's doing all sorts of flips.
Had to back it up there. He couldn't get the moonwalk, and it kind of hurt him. But he's still going move to move with 30 seconds left in the run to impress the judges.
Definitely a lot of technical moves as he goes into another one. He kind of looks like he's walking it hand over hand with the tires there. Has to let up by the wall, but is he going for another 2-wheel? Oh, he doesn't get it, though. He kind of clipped himself over the dirt pad.
Yeah, this is not a great end of the run, but flares it in the air. That makes up for some of it.
Another huge combo pop over the start pad. This is going to be his last move right at time. Is he going to go for it? Maybe not. Not too sure if the judges were going to score that. But either way, a full run, a full 2 minutes on the clock for Chris Bialik. We'll have to see how that works out with the judges here. Might have thought he didn't have enough left to do that last move. I don't know if he was going to go for it, what that was going to be. A solid run across the board. Again, all 8s from the judges. Very consistent. Did a little bit of everything.
It's a 44. He's going to be tied right now for second place with Tyler May and Marcus Santana.
Another 3-way tie creeping up. These judges kind of letting everyone bunch up near the top. No one able to really push out for the lead, though, as we got 2 trucks left to take to the track tonight.
Can anyone top Trevor Almost?
We'll have to see here. Last week it was blue. I don't know if that was really what he was looking for, though. Might have had some different 3D glasses on these cameras here, but it is red this time around, as it was originally intended to be. Let's see what he can do here. Still 5 points left on the board. Nothing too out of reach for him. Gonna have to put down a really good run, though, between him and Tyler Richmond, the last 2 out to go.
Let's see how he starts his runoff. Is he going to go for big air? He's going to go for something technical. It's going to set the mood.
For the fans here. Looks like he's lining up for something. I don't know if he's just going to launch it or if he has something planned. We'll have to see how this goes.
We're looking for big air. This is a super cut racing lane. This is going to be a high jump.
He's going to have to keep that nose down. Good job, throttle control in the air. Nice big air to start it off here. See how we can follow it up with the helicopter jump. Nice pop over that. And
flying it sideways.
Yeah, another great combo move, keeping it move to move early on. That's what the judges like to see.
Flying across the floor. Some nice air at the start of this run. Keeping the momentum up.
Hey, the nice little sky wheelie over the start pad. He just combos it up after getting kicked off of the container a little bit.
He's got to be careful, though. He's a little too out of control, and he's only 30 seconds in the run. If he wants to pull the clock, he's got to tone it back a little bit.
Well, let's see if he can push the boundaries here. Maybe step above the rest if he can keep it on the ragged edge. Into a moonwalk, stops it right in front of the container. Oh, he bounces it. That racehorse setup bounced right back into the air when he set the truck down hard.
I don't know if I've ever seen something like that. A bounce back into a moonwalk.
You see that sometimes with slap wheelies, but with a backflip to follow it up. Oh my goodness. They're going to check the truck there. That was a wild backflip. I think he was going for a back-to-back flip.
That was a tough move there. All shaken up in the cab. He's going to have to figure out what direction he's facing.
I don't even... almost did an underflip rotation on the second time around for that attempt. A wild ride for Travis Palm. The officials are making a close look at this truck to make sure everything is okay. We might be able to let him refire, but I don't know if there's much left in this truck for him. Oh, an odd landing as he's gonna try to get that truck going. I don't think there's much left though. The official's gonna keep a close eye on this truck, making sure nothing falls out underneath him.
And that was a long pause too. He was able to gather his thoughts, maybe think about how his run's going, make a plan to finish big, but still keep it on all four wheels because he needs those points in the time category.
Yeah, the official, you have to make up for the momentum. When the officials have to stop you for that long, definitely hard to come back after you get stopped for so long dead on the track. Trying to make up for a lot of up and down motion with the front end. A nice wheelie there though with 30 seconds left.
He rode it very nicely down the racing lane. He's obviously tamed it back a little bit after that, but he's still got to fill the last 20 seconds with big moves. He's up on two wheels. Can he save it? What a save.
Greg, the nose on the ground. Kind of rolled through that as he's going to... Oh my goodness, a combo move. And that's going to end it there right at time. Luckily able to fill out the clock, but I don't know if that truck would have been able to keep going there. A solid performance, a wild ride with that backflip for Travis Palm. A pretty solid run altogether. The scores are coming in now. Seeing a 20 for time as he's able to fill that whole run out. An 8 for momentum, a 7 for technicality, not enough to get him up there, and an 8 for the air score.
So 43 puts into a tie for third place.
Almost enough there, not enough to get him over the top though. That backflip was something else though. These trucks can react a little odd sometimes, trying to go for these types of crazy consecutive moves like that. Definitely not the type of rebound he was looking for, but a solid run nonetheless. And we're gonna take one last look as we have one truck left to go tonight. At our top 8 in freestyle, still sitting atop them all is Trevor Amos in, here's a picture of Tony Hawk. He has a 45. Best run of the night we've seen so far as it runs down the line. We had a lot of ties for second place right now with those 44s and 43s for third place. All the way down with Brandon Adam, rounding out our top 8. Definitely a good showing from everyone here tonight. We got one person left to see if he, Tyler Richmond, can put on a show for these fans and everyone watching live and try to take home the victory. He's got 5 points to work with. He was the freestyle winner. I'm sorry, he was not. He came close to the win last week in East Rutherford. tied for second, going for a win tonight. Let's see what he can do.
Here we go. The last run of the night. Are we going to see Trevor Ramos take this win? Are we going to see Tyler Richmond pull an upset and claim the victory after Trevor's been in the hot seat for a long time?
Yeah, he's had that seat all to himself for a good majority of the night as Outbreak, Tyler Richmond getting some huge air to start it off. He's going to bring it back around to the tabletop. Nice combo into the middle of the floor. And he follows it up right over the starting pad. A great start into a nice moonwalk, almost always on one wheel. Into reverse. And he brings it back down nice and comfortably.
It was a nice move, but he had to stop it for a second there on the pad. He's got it moving again with some big air. Wow, that was a long jump off that ramp.
Yeah, he's got that suspension working for him. Almost a little too excited for the truck to bounce around. Hard to keep it on the ground and just drive it straight. Oh, what a smooth downside.
That was really beautiful.
As a down ramp for that combo cross thread. Into a backflip. He's going to come up a little short, but there's nothing for the nose to get caught on except for that body. He drives right out of it.
Yeah, that was a very interesting backflip variation as I saw before, but very big air over that. I think these moves he's doing is hurting his momentum a little bit, but the air is fantastic.
Technicality getting all over the place onto two wheels. A nice move there with the moonwalk and then the save as well. On two wheels again. I think the suspension does not want four wheels on the ground for him.
But he has to back it up again.
Yeah.
He makes a move out of it.
Sets it up for the backflip again into the moonwalk. Technicality galore here. Two-wheel skill. Walks it all the way up into a combo. My goodness, what a combination.
Wow. Now that's what I thought other people were going for earlier, and they couldn't get it, but this is going to be rough.
Oh, that's a hard hit on the nose. Keeps it under control. The wheels might have popped the tire. I think he did. That truck is shaking violently. He might be able to pop it back in place, but...
He has turned it up in the second half of his run.
Oh, he's going to get...
Uh-oh.
Lands it on the containers, and the official going to stop him. He ran out of room on the track. Have to take a look at that truck and see if there's anything left. It looked like a wild ride. He brought it back down on all four wheels, though.
Believe he should be good to go on that one.
Yeah, he kind of just drove it off on the nose and kind of tipped and tumbled onto all four wheels onto the container. Going to keep it close, though, with the remainder of his time left. Definitely giving these fans all of the floor.
Wow, that is huge.
Oh my goodness. You got to be able to make up for getting stopped during your run, and he's going to get right back into the action like he wasn't even stopped.
Wow.
Oh, goodness.
He saves it right into the clock. Fills a whole clock.
Stopped the combination. There he goes now. Oh my goodness.
That was incredible.
We always say if you have to get stopped during your run for something like that where you lose out of the floor, and you got to be able to come back quick, and he just did a wild combination corner to corner across the floor to fill out the time as the scores are coming in now.
What a run. Is he going to take the lead? This is going to be a close one. Waiting on one more score from the judges. And he is going to take the freestyle win with a 46.
Yeah, he got the 8 for time, 9 for momentum, and 9 for tech, filling out the clock. And he's going to take a 2-point lead and going to finish out with the win tonight with the 46 for Tyler Richmond.
What an incredible freestyle competition. We saw some blunders, but we saw some amazing runs on this tight course. I mean, it was truly a special moment to see these guys try to tackle a course like this. But obviously, we've moved on, and next we've got an even bigger floor. I mean, why don't you give us a recap of how you feel about this event, Danny?
Yeah, definitely a wild night. Racing was either a close race or a blowout victory for someone. A lot of close racing, though, all the way through to the final round there. We saw Brandon Adam taking the victory. And then once again, we were expecting it to happen in freestyle. I think we saw what we were expecting for a good portion of the night. A lot of drivers getting tripped up on this tight, narrow track here in Chester. But a lot of guys able to take advantage, keeping themselves low early on to put on a great show to finish out their runs. And I think it was Tyler Richmond definitely put on the best run of the night. All over the place with those wild saves. We'll have to see how this leads into next week. Though notably, Trevor Amos taking the points lead for tonight. He ended up with 29 points. A solid performance in both racing and freestyle. Runners up in both of those competitions.
What a fantastic event. Great job to all the competitors out there. Amazing freestyles. A very close race bracket. And it's only going to get better from here. We're only 2 weeks in. Next week we head to Montreal for week 3. And we will see you all there. Thanks for coming out tonight.